Hello Cancer, welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. If you're new to the channel, thank you for coming. Welcome. This is a general reading. I have already shuffled and laid out the cards. I use the 12 houses of the zodiac, and then once I've shuffled, I pull out three areas of influence for you going forward, and then the astrological cards again shuffled and to go with that, and the goddess guidance cards to add more insight as well. So it's a general reading, as I said. Some aspects may apply to you, but it could also apply to somebody else that you are connected to at this time. You may see aspects of this playing out in their life. If you have aspects of your chart that you like to cross-watch to other signs, whether it's your moon placement or your ascendant, something like that, then you can have a look at my other videos for further insights and information. So I hope you enjoy the reading. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe, as that will then circulate the reading to other people who may be interested at this time. So for you, your first house of influence, it is actually the first house. This is coming up as your as a first house of influence. It's really the first house is everything to do with the body. So it's your physical body. It's also your life force and your vitality and so on. It's also your self-oriented interests, so things to do with yourself. And it's also about your outlook, your attitude, how you're meeting the world, how you're making your way in the world. So it's your form of independence, really, and how you're forging your path. And it's also what you're projecting to others. So this can be how you're feeling at any particular time, or it could just be a phase that you're in currently. As I said, it's your outlook and your attitude, but what you're projecting to others, what they see when they see you. It also is your personality and your observable characteristics. So all of those elements coming in for you. Now, with the astrological influence underneath, it's earth element stability. So this is indicating that stability, you may be reaching for that, or it may be coming in for you at this time. And you may be going through a few tests at this time with this, but it's also about standing firm, creating a firm foundation for yourself. And this, as I said, could be your health and well-being, or it could be your physical body. Perhaps you're needing to go and exercise now, or thinking about ways to do that even in lockdown and so on. Or it could be to do with your outlook on things currently, how you're going to move yourself forward once the situation has improved, and dealing with certain things going on in your environment currently. So it could very well be about establishing a new foundation for yourself, planting your roots firmly and so on. What I would say about this, though, is that it could also be that during the course of establishing the stability for yourself, don't become too stubborn to move forward, or too afraid to try new things, because this card does come with it. There is a certain action element which comes with it. So if you're too stubborn, or if you are very trapped in an old mindset, or an old attitude, or old views on things, then that will prevent you from moving forward. It will prevent you from actually establishing a new foundation, which we are all having to do right now. So this could be, as I said, your outlook and on life and so on. So it's asking you to also examine that aspect of yourself, to let go of your fears and take action in certain areas, because action is required to move you forward. Don't get too trapped in materialism. Yes, there's a great deal of comfort coming from your creature comforts and having your certain things around you which bring you comfort, but don't get too settled into a rut of any kind. You need to actually bring in fresh energy and change things up in order to bring this establish a new foundation for yourself. And the goddess guidance to do with that is Hathor, receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. So what this card is saying to you, that it's also may be that you need to balance what you're giving and what you're receiving. It's fine to give and be generous and to be the provider and to lay the foundation and all of that. But it may be that you are blocking your receptivity. And this is asking you to have a look at that and be willing to accept help from others, be willing to accept assistance from others, and asking for help as well. Because all of us are changing, or we are going to have to change the way we do things and the way we see things. And this involves how you're going to move forward in the world. And you may just need a bit of help, whether that's from some sort of support and assistance, or it could be financial, or just some kind of guidance. You're going to be needing help and support to do that. And don't be afraid to ask for help. And it's saying to you that, you know, it's appropriate to ask for that help, so that you can create this foundation for yourself and make sense of what is going on in your world. Then the second house of influence is the 11th house. This is the house of, it is the house of friendships. So that could be undergoing some metamorphosis, or you could be particularly going through something with a friend. So it could be very much about friendships, but it can also be about your contacts and your networks, working with all of those, expanding those or contracting those depending on what is going on. You may be changing your area of focus right now. It's also about groups of all kinds. So this is societies, associations, could be an online group, it could be a club, even a book club. This may be changing. None of us are able to be in group situations at this time, so you may be withdrawing from all of those, or you may have to go online for that, to link up with other people. So find ways to continue with your groups or to let them go and bring in fresh ones depending on what is going on in your life and where you are at. It is also about personal hopes and dreams and wishes, your hopes and dreams and wishes, and also your hobbies and interests. This has kind of got a universal influence as well. It could also be what you're seeing in the world from a global consciousness point of view. The consciousness level is being raised in the world currently. So what you're observing, what you're getting caught up in, what you're understanding now. Also social reform and various types of social issues. Some things may be very close to your heart. Perhaps you're getting more involved in that, or you want to get more involved in that. So there's a great deal that comes with this. I do feel it is something you want to initiate, because at the bottom here you have fire element desire. So this is something you want to do, which you want to initiate. And it's falling into your 11th house. So it could be anything to do with either a friendship or a group that you want to get involved in, or a social reform, or some idea, or perhaps it's dissemination of ideas to other people, understandings or realizations and so on. Or it could be something to do with your hobbies and interests, or your wishes and dreams. Perhaps you're putting a dream that you've long held now into action because now is the right time to do it. It could be that. But this is about desire, activating on that desire, having the courage to follow up on that desire. So it's the action, the determination, the enthusiasm, the passion, and the desire, and having the courage to to actually initiate things that you want. You may have to be upfront with somebody. It could be a friend or a group, or have your say in some way. It could also be that you need to put your cards on the table now and be very direct about what it is you want from your situation going forward. So it feels to me that you're wanting to initiate something, or you want to put something into action, and the fire element will bring that in for you. This is constructive energy. It's the best way to harness the fire element. Yes, take action, but think it through. And, changes will come with this, and they could be very swift, actually. So the changes may come for you, and then you have to implement your plan, or you could be implementing very swift changes now in your environment. And with this comes Rhiannon, Sorceress. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. So that's why I say it is something to do with something you want to initiate, or you need to initiate, or it's coming for you. Some change is going to come very swiftly for you, and you need to rise to the occasion. And this is about magic. This is about your personal magic, what you're going to bring to the situation, what you're going to manifest at this time. And you may need to go out into nature to get the inspiration and sharpen your energy and improve your energy in order to do that. If you can get out in nature, even if you sit outside on your balcony or your patio or some outdoor area, if you can't get out, if you can't walk out or go, in any sort of form of exercise outside, even if you just sit in nature, you'll be able to harness some of the energies, get in the sun if you can, but just enjoy connecting with nature in some way. But it really is about harnessing your magical energies at this time and bringing them to your situation, manifesting what it is that you want. And there's certainly a desire or some kind of initiative that you want to take, something that you need to do, and it's going to manifest in your 11th house. And you've got all the good elements now to actually bring this action into play. Then the third house of influence is the third house, and this is the house of messages. It's the house of communication. This is all forms of communication. So this is written, verbal, body language. It also covers contracts and documents. Something may be coming in for you for that. It can also be communication to a significant other, or with just people in your environment, or it could be a wider audience. Perhaps it's the public, or some kind of greater platform. It could also be you receiving messages, so something coming in, some news or a message or a communication, or you could be giving it. So it could be anything to do with that as well. This house also rules short journeys. None of us are really being able to do that at this time. If you are able to go out and do something, then fine, but it seems to me that most of us are. It's mostly about communication or contracts or documents at this time. The astrological guidance to do with this is Libra I balance. So when you take this into consideration with the goddess guidance, which is Ishtar, and this is all about boundaries, love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. So it seems to be that this is definitely a communication which you are needing to give out. This is in some way to help you balance, because this is the card of relationships, and it's also the card of partnerships. So this could be a personal relationship that you have, or it could be a partnership like a business partnership or some other kind of partnership as well. But a partnership is very much indicated with this card. So linking up with another is appropriate with this card, or it could be finding balance within an existing partnership or relationship. So you may need to speak your truth at this time, whether it's a new relationship that you're going into or whether it's an existing one. You may need to speak your truth at this time. It could be, because it's a third house, it could be general relatives, aunts, uncles, cousins, siblings, even a neighbor. Could come into this, or as I said, it could be general communication or onto a wider platform. Perhaps, as I said, you need to speak your truth at this time to bring in balance, to balance your needs with their needs. And that's what this card is about. It can also be about legal issues. It can also be, which may tie in then with the contracts and the documents. So this is about bringing charm and the air of negotiation and mediation into any kind of contractual or document, some sort of construction of a document, words that need to be said. So you will need to bring your best, most charming abilities and your sense of fairness and abiding by the rules, and so no agendas, in other words. But also, mediation and negotiation to the table to bring about a satisfactory situation. but it's about fairness as well. So it could be about that. It can also be about making a decision. You may be needing to make a decision at this time, and that will come about in your third house and need to be communicated in some way, or it involves a document or a contract. So all of that is embodied in the Libra card, but it is about ultimately about finding balance between your needs and someone else's, or a group of whoever it is. Their needs and your needs need to be balanced at this time. Mutual support, linking up with another, or finding the balance within an existing partnership, or dealing with legal matters, or dealing with a decision that you need to make at this time. This is the card of love, so it could very much be about a love relationship as well. It is about romance, it is about love. So you may need to communicate something at this time. Ishtar is about boundaries, as I said. So this could be that you are finding that in a situation, if you're in lockdown, that you may need to just draw a few boundaries in your home situation, that that people are demanding a chunk from you at this time, your time, your energy, and so on. You do need to actually draw a few boundaries there to give yourself time and space. And being a Cancerian as well, it's very, very important for you, because you do need that. You do need to retreat periodically, to rebalance yourself, to be in touch with yourself, to sort through your emotions and your feelings, because your feelings are hugely important. You are guided by your feelings. And if you're feeling pressured or caged, or having problems around you that you're having to deal with, it can make you very touchy and crabby, and things can get out of control. So draw boundaries in place, and do them in a sensitive way. Speak your truth in a good tone of voice, but draw your boundaries. Find ways to redirect people's attention to other things, to give you the space and the freedom so that you can actually retreat and do what you need to do to enhance your own self, because this whole period of lockdown and isolation is actually a really, really good time to withdraw and to formulate who you are, what your place is in the world, and how you're going to move forward in the world from now on, because things are changing. We simply can't continue as we have been. So this is on a global perspective, but it also is very much on a personal level as well. The Goddess guidance overall, bottom of the deck, was Sekhmet, be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. So clearly this is about what it is you want to initiate here, bringing in your own personal magic, whatever house it's going to be. And in this instance, it was the 11th house. So you're going to need to be strong at this time. There's no room for negativity with this card, no complaining, no blaming others, none of that. This is speak positive, think positive, speak positive, and that is what will manifest for you. And that's what you want, because you've got to, Rhiannon with the sorceress and the manifestation time now, and the abilities to manifest. So you want to manifest positive things, but you're going to need to be strong to speak your truth and to actually bring it into being at this time. And I think backing that up as well is another strong fiery card. We've got Mars Force here, and that goes hand in hand with the fire element card. So whatever it is you're trying to bring in, and whatever it is you want to say or initiate or start, there's a clearing of the decks going on, and you want to initiate new things, whether that's with people in your environment or whether it's some initiative that you want to do. But you've got to have to harness your magical abilities. You've got to set boundaries, and you need to be strong about what you're going to do now. Not forceful, not aggressive, not argumentative, quick temper. You don't want any of that. This is measured, responsible action, but nonetheless it is action. And this is it's a fiery energy, so it's going to give you the courage and the wherewithal to do it. But it's got to be in a way which is going to be cooperative with others as well, to forge forward. You may, as I say, have to defend yourself, or to compete, or to confront. That can come in with this energy as well. Or it could just be that you need to really put your cards on the table and just be honest about what it is you want from your future. And you know, that comes from a certain amount of contemplation and introspection, which as a Cancerian you need to do, and then you can bring that forward into action, which is what this card is saying for you. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe, and take care, and I will see you next time.